An extraordinary City of Johannesburg Council meeting has been delayed due to a Samwu protest outside the chambers. Councillors were expected to approve a 2 billion rand loan from the Development Bank of Southern Africa. For an update on the situation, we're now joined by our reporter Mbali Thethani, who is standing by to tell us what we know this hour. Mbali.
Well, due to council sitting has gotten off to a slow start this morning. Of course, so we did expect council to convene from around 10 o'clock, but that has been interrupted by a protest taking place outside the council chambers, with most of the municipal workers demanding to be addressed by Johannesburg Mayor Mpho Phalatse. But just to give us a bit of an insight in terms of what it is indeed really taking place here, we are joined by Action SA's Mfunzi Ngobela. Mfunzi, you would know, Funzi would know that just outside, council was expected to start at 10 o'clock this morning, but it has been delayed, and we know that outside there is a protest taking place. Is it clear if whether the mayor, do you know anything about the mayor going out to go and address some striking workers?
Yeah, Mbali, that's correct. I've been told a few minutes ago that the mayor will be going down to address them, and that's a relief for us because we want to see council continuing so that we can be able to deal with the important items that are on the agenda.
Very important item is the issue around that 2 billion rand DBSA loan. And of course, you form part of the multi-party coalition. Why is this loan so important for the city? We've heard from the likes of the ANC saying that this city is on the verge of financial collapse. I'm sure that, speaking to a number of council members here, you would want to see this loan being approved by these councillors today.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I mean, when we approved budget in May this year, the mid-term budget, we approved that budget with a funding plan. Among that funding plan was the loans, or the borrowing of loans, which it's what's going to be happening with this one. So we do support the item. We think that it's important that we must keep the city liquid, that we must be able to meet our short-term objectives, and also being able to ensure that service delivery is it's not disrupted. So that's why it's important that we must approve this law. But of course, there are challenges in the city, and the Executive Mayor and the MMC of Finance are aware of those challenges, including the low level of revenue collection, which has been happening for the past few months. I think we need to obviously close those gaps and ensure that we collect according to our plans, so that we don't have a situation where we have to depend on loans. Because the city itself can be able to finance itself without really borrowing, but it's part of the plan.
Very interesting coming out yesterday from your party saying that you will be bringing forward a motion of no confidence against the Speaker. When exactly can we expect this?
Yeah, the motion will firstly be tabled at the Programming Committee meeting on Monday, and if we are successful and the Speaker's office and the legal department confirms that our motion is admissible, then it will go to a council meeting on the 23rd of this month.
Many are asking, of course, we heard some of the reasons you have tabled, saying that, of course, she presided over what the High Court has said is an unconstitutional meeting, and of course an invalid one, saying that even though Mpho was ousted in that meeting, she still presided over the voting of Dada Morero as the mayor.
Absolutely, that's the basis of our motion. I think all of us need to be held accountable when we fail to do our jobs properly, and that's exactly what we are doing. The Speaker failed in her role, and there's a consequences, and that consequence will be this motion that we are putting on the table, and we're going to encourage all the other political parties to support us. We can't have a Speaker that is delinquent, that is impartial, that only do things to satisfy a section of council. And Mbali, you must also remember, we warned her. We did went to programming. We articulated in that programming meeting that this meeting that you are trying to convene will be rendered illegal, and she ignored us, and that's why we are here today. So we are just holding her accountable.
The relationship between the ANC and the EFF is quite fractured at the moment. Are you speaking to the EFF to vote with you on the 23rd of November?
We will be speaking to the EFF. We'll ask them to vote with us. We'll try and convince the ANC and other smaller parties as well. We'll obviously, engage our coalition partners. So we will be talking to everyone in this council chamber to support our motion, and we hope that it will be successful.
All right, thank you very much. Of course, that is Funzi Ngobeni. He is from Action SA here in the city of Johannesburg. Just going to step out of shot quickly and just show you that we are expecting council to get underway quite soon. As you can see there, the Speaker of Council, Colleen, of course, Makubele, has now come back into his seat. Of course, we're also waiting for more councillors to begin to make their way back inside this council sitting so we can see the business of the day, immediately getting underway. Of course, outstanding that 2 billion rand loan that needs to be approved, and of course the voting of the MPAC chair.
Looking forward to more developments from you, Mbali. Thethani, thank you.